What's good, Mo's and Mo S is Savageblac Mo, and I'm starting a new channel, Savageblac Reacts. So over here, we're gonna be just reacting to stuff. It's not gonna be no gaming, none of that over here. I'm gonna mostly be doing reaction videos. We're not just gonna be doing murders and all of the bad things that go on in the world, because there's so much more to life than what the internet shows us and what the news shows us and all that. It's a lot of good out here, a lot of beautiful places, and we're gonna focus on that too. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, we about to react to, I believe this is Chicago rapper Lil Jeff. Little story behind the beef that got him. I don't really want to say the word, but you know how his story turned out. And if you don't, just sit here, relax and chill. We about to get into it.
Niggas wanna talk shit, black wanna smoke spliffs, count my money, fuck a bitch, that's some black flag shit. Bitches wanna trash me, made her get nasty.
Alright, so before we get started, the name of the video is The Beef That Ended Bloodhound Lil Jeff, Drill City vs. Trap City. You know what I'm saying? This is by Stay Safe World. If y'all like this video, go over to bro channel, hit that subscribe, bump that like button as you see I just did. Let's get into it, y'all.
Seems like the crash out era of Bloodhound Lil Jeff has apparently come to an end in a brazen, broad day shootout that has taken out his life. Bro was legit making waves, going viral in the city from his crazy antics like filming Trillers in the middle of the highway, or doing lines of that Tony Montana in a DJU interview, or even claiming to have 10.
That right there, when I first see that, that was wild. That was wild as hell. That was brave. That was very brave to get on there and be, bumping your nose, as we say in the DMV, or getting geeked up, like they say in the A. However they say where you at, this was definitely, yeah, this was crazy.
Or even claiming to have 10 bodies, calling himself Lil Jeff Dahmer. Man, Lil Jeff is for sure gonna be missed by the real drill music fans. However, unlike a lot of people going out of the go, bro had some major potential and motion going in his direction. But it seems like the crazy circumstances that took him out might be one of the most insane things that I've ever covered on this channel. Oftentimes, rappers get taken out for having one foot in the streets and one foot out. But it seems like in the case of Bloodhound Lil Jeff, bro had both his feet and hands in the street after reportedly getting taken out while camping out to do a whole drill. Man, I swear you cannot make this up. While his death marks the end of an up-and-coming rapper's legacy, it's just the latest victim of a cycle of senseless violence happening within the gang capital of the US, which we will get into right now. But before we do, gang, I'm gonna need you to do something for me, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We finna run up this video, man. Check out the merch link in the description at staysafeworld.com. Hit that notification bell so whenever I post, y'all tune in right away, man. We on the road.
I'm gonna start it right here. I'm not really familiar with Lil Jeff. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I heard about Lil Jeff via the DJU interview. Shout out DJU TV too. You know what I'm saying? I heard about him through that. So as far as his music goes, I ain't never heard a song by him. Not one. Honestly can't tell you one Lil Jeff song. But yeah, let's get back into the story.
Go to 100K subs. I'm trying to hit that by the end of this year. So tap in with me and let's get into this. Chapter 1. The Bloodhounds, aka Drill City versus Trap City.
Drill City versus Trap
Bloodhound
City.
Lil Jeff was a known shooter from the east side of Chicago, Illinois. Growing up in the east side, he was accustomed to shootouts, arrests, and everything that comes with living in the trenches of Chicago. At the age of 14, he realized the extent of his reality when his house was shot up on some crazy shit with a bullet flying right past his face, just missing him. While growing up in this environment, the Chicago drill scene was at its peak, and it had a profound effect on the youth around his age. Growing up seeing big artists like Chief Keef, Dirk, King Von coming up in areas around him, it gave him inspiration to pursue his own rap career. As he got older, he began to take rapping more seriously, but at the same time, take the streets more seriously as well. In a now viral interview, he says that he feels like he jumped off the porch at age 18 when he began being associated with the notorious.
Let's stop right there. Now, most niggas jump off the porch between, I'm gonna say the ages about 10 to 14. For me, I jumped off the porch when I was 14. We ain't gonna get into what I was doing and all that, because that ain't none of y'all business. But I was 14. Kind of really 13, but I was pushing 14. Like, I got half for the first time my 14th birthday, drunk for the first time my 14th birthday. And I, you know what I'm saying? Did the Oochie Coochie on my 14th birthday for the first time, you feel me? But the jump off the porch at 18 is crazy. Like, you should have just stayed on the porch, went to community college, whatever you had to do, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, to each his own.
Gang, now known as Drill City. You see, Drill City is a hybrid gang based in the east side from 79th Street to Maryland Ave that has beef with a large number of gangs throughout the area and throughout the city. A lot of them reaching out to the south side. But it seems like the most personal out of these beefs that they have is with Trap City from the south side and another gang called BKN from the west side. You see, apparently Bloodhound Lil Jeff and people around him were once close or a part of Trap City and had a cordial relationship. But all things changed with the Drill City legend by the name of Z Money getting gunned down in an apparent backdoor situation.
Hold on, y'all. 1 second. All right, y'all, and just like that, we're back.
That put a green light to an all-out back and forth war between both sides, which we're going to get into now in chapter 2.
The backdoor leftover chapter.
Trap City is an infamous set of mainly gangster disciples based out of the Woodlawn neighborhood. This is actually the same neighborhood where Lil Jeff would be gunned down later, which we will get into. But in order to understand how it got to this point, you gotta follow the deteriorated relationship between both Trap City and Drill City. You see, like I said before, Trap City and Drill City had once had a close relationship. Lil Jeff apparently being part of Trap City or just closely associated with Trap City. But then flipped when everything changed one afternoon in March 2023 when 22-year-old Zaire Nelson was gunned down. See, Zaire Nelson was a close friend of Lil Jeff and members of his group, with both Lil Jeff and Bloodhound Q50 having their face tatted with Zaire's name. So he was really close with them. But it all came crashing down on March 16th, 2023. At around 2 p.m., Zaire, or as he was known as Z Money, was posted in his truck at a parking lot in the 1300 block of East 79th Street. That's when another vehicle pulled up alongside his, opened fire on him. He was shot over 30 times. In fact, the hospital reportedly told his family that he was shot so many times that they stopped counting after 29. The killers that were responsible were never found, which is a crazy thing to even grasp. Apparently only 20% of murders in Chicago ever get solved, so you can best believe that this is a major reason.
Did y'all hear that? Only 20% of murders get solved in Chicago, bro. You know how many murders that is? I don't, but from what I understand, there be a lot of killing that go on out there. So to hear that only 20% of them get solved is crazy.
Reason why people tend to take matters into their own hands. While no one has officially found out who the shooter is, many felt that Trap City was to blame for this, which spawned a new era where Lil Jeff would leave this association and flip to Drill City. Unfortunately for Trap City, like many other Chicago shootings, it seemed like karma would come soon in a huge wave of retaliatory shootings, apparently with Bloodhound Lil Jeff behind the gun, which we will get into in the next chapter, the Get Back, chapter 3. While Trap City allegedly made the first move in taking out Z Money from Drill City, allegedly, what would come next would be an all-out war full of broad daylight shootings and an even infamous Uber shooting that would draw first blood in this conflict. The first Get Back victim would be none other than Bloodhound member Q50, who was apparently shot by Trap City allegedly. He would obviously survive, but as things go in this never-ending cycle of violence, it just keeps getting worse, which led to the next victim, which ended up being fatal. Jaleel Goings, or Lil, as he's known within the Trap City area.
Well, as you know, these are very busy sidewalks. Here in Little Italy, you often have people walking to restaurants, bars, and stores, and last night was no different. Unfortunately, a young man lost his life, and a young man who is very well connected to an organization that many people in Chicago and across the country are familiar with, Project Hood. This evening, a statement from the founder about condolences and their recommitment to the work they do. Chicago police investigating a fatal shooting yesterday evening. 19-year-old Jaleel Goins was pronounced dead at Rush University Medical Center, but police and nearby residents tell us the incident began in the 1300 block of West Taylor Street, where Goins was a passenger in a rideshare and was shot. And the rideshare driver drove Goins to
On
the
Monday, June 26, 2023, Lil was posted in the Little Italy neighborhood of the city. He called an Uber to get back to his area, but unfortunately, tragedy struck when a hail of gunfire sprayed up the back portion of the Uber vehicle, killing him. Police responded to the shooting at about 8:55 p.m. in the 1300 block of West Taylor Street. Police said the man was inside of the rideshare car when someone walked up, opened fire, and killed him before running off. The rideshare driver drove the victim to Rush University Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. This would go on to be another unsolved murder as well. I'm guessing once police figure out that these are possibly gang-related shootings in some way, they no longer even bother to investigate it. But while the police weren't doing their job, it seemed like Lil Jeff was helping them out by seemingly taunting the ops in songs and in IG Lives. And one IG Live rapping lyrics saying, "Go ask my ops that Michael Drake will leave his ass parked. Go ask my ops that Michael Drake, he won't make it far."
Go ask my ops that Michael Drake, his ass ain't make it far. Go ask my ops that Michael Drake, his ass ain't get out that car. You know that? I was right there, you know that?
On top of that, members of Bloodhounds like Q50.
So this nigga just confessed to being at a shooting where Micro Draco was used, and somebody, if he was in a Micro Draco, more than likely you killed your Vic if you know what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? And he confessed to being there. Well, that's smart, buddy.
50 would troll with this Disney Pixar Uber edit. Bruh, this shit crazy. Whoever made this is going to hell, no cap. I'm not saying that he did it. I'm just saying bro is posting it. So following this shooting though, Lil Jeff would go on a complete rampage, but this time directed at a different gang, not associated with Trap City, but with a gang called BKN. While this doesn't really relate to the beef with Trap City, it directly ties with the life of Lil Jeff, because apparently he took part in a crazy double murder that took place outside of an alternative school downtown that was pretty much nationwide news.
The search is on for the gunman who shot and killed two teenagers right in the middle of the loop during the busy lunch hour yesterday. The victims were leaving their high school. CBS 2's Noel Brennan has more on the investigation.
Teens made it only steps away from the front door of their school, and the shooting happened here, right next to the elevator that leads up to the L tracks.
Chicago police say two teens are shot. 17-year-old Monterio Williams and 16-year-old Robert Boston did not survive. Surveillance video captures the teens leaving Innovations High School as a dark sedan pulls up. At least one person gets out, runs up to the teen.
Stopped really knowing what the connection was that made Jeff snap and allegedly take these dudes out, but people have hinted it that it could have been because these two stole his jewelry or finessed him. It obviously had to be something serious though, because the way in which both these teens were murked is insane. On January 27, 2024, two teens were leaving Innovation High School during the busy lunchtime rush. Unfortunately for them, it would be their last time leaving the school. At 12:26, it was business as usual on Jewelers Row until a burst of gunfire. Bullets shattered the glass and sent people inside nearby businesses ducking for cover. Outside near Wabash and Washington, two teams.
Let's talk about that, man. Why are y'all shooting where innocent bystanders are? And y'all ain't bumping no little shit. Like, y'all bumping Switches, Drakes. Y'all bumping shit that most of these dudes, judging by the like news reports and stuff, y'all can't control them. You know what I'm saying? Like a Switch, I done shot a Switch before. You know what I'm saying? Not at a person, just, you know, this person has their FFL license, it's all good. And I, who have firearm training, I got firearm training, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't even control that bitch. That shit scared me, you know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine somebody 12, 13, 14-year-old brother out there trying to bump that jump. Like, that's not the one.
Teens were shot, police say. Monterio Williams, 17, and Robert Boston, 16. Both did not survive. Yes, needless to say, Lil Jeff went and trolled them profusely, put a story up flexing his two watches, which basically added to the rumors that they allegedly stole something, or in this double shooting, this added to his Chirac shooting reputation. However, in this world you live by the gun and die by the gun. And unfortunately for Lil Jeff, it would be this same year that he would become the victim of a broad daylight shooting himself in a drill gone wrong, which we'll get into the next chapter.
Drill going
In many
on.
ways that a drill artist could die, I would have never suspected someone dying from attempting to spit on their ops. I mean, it happens all the time, but something about being the aggressor has people thinking that it's not likely that you're gonna be the one ending up getting killed by someone shooting in self-defense. Unfortunately for Lil Jeff, he ended up dying in broad daylight in a shooting that was caught completely in 4K, bro. You could literally look that up. They got the Ring footage or whatever camera they got attached to their house that posted this. Next door neighbors. It's insane, man. If you want to go watch it, I'm gonna drop a Patreon link below to just check it out, but I'm gonna tap in with what happened. So police responded to the 6600 block of South Rhodes Ave in the Woodlawn neighborhood at around 5:15 on Saturday evening, and they discovered a young man dead on the sidewalk. They took him in an ambulance to University of Chicago Hospital, but unfortunately he died from his injuries with multiple shots to his chest. At first he was just reported as a John Doe, but then it later came out this was none other than Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Since the whole shooting went down and a full 4K breakdown of what happened came out, I guess the Ring camera footage was made available and it shed light on the whole incident and what went down. This area was very known as Trap City, and apparently Lil Jeff was seen on the video camping out with unidentified individuals in a car just lurking. It seems that a Trap City member came out to talk to another car when Jeff and others ran out spraying. The other car leaves. The man who is Jeff is trying to shoot, basically runs for his life after getting hit multiple times. But this is where things go sideways for Jeff.
Now, from what I heard, Jeff got hit once in the chest, and so did this person that he allegedly shot.
Seems that one of his members from Drill City gets hit and stays back, and pretty much everyone else that slid with him are back in the background across the street. Jeff in full shooter mode.
So, if a nigga get hit, and the gang decides, fuck that shit, we gonna stay back here, and y'all let the bag, the money, y'all let the bag just go on this hit by himself. You know what I'm saying? You niggas is crazy.
Thinks he's John Wick, straight
No
springs and tries to rush a dude who was running for his life in the green shorts. It seems like there was someone behind the corner that the dude ran through, and that knocked Jeff down immediately. He got hit up multiple times. The rest of the footage basically shows the sounds of the person then emptying the clip, standing over him, basically spraying him up and then ending him right there on the spot. Honestly, it's crazy because Bloodhound Lil Jeff basically said that he didn't believe in karma. See, just the way that he was acting, I feel like he didn't. But to say this is karma, just not really sitting right with me, because at the end of the day, all these people involved knew what they were getting into. You know, none of these people were necessarily innocent in any type of way. But it's just kind of crazy to me that someone who actually had potential, even though he only had like 7,000 monthly listeners, bro was definitely going viral in the last weeks. Like, I was definitely checking out his music. I had seen his interview where he was doing the lines and stuff in the interview, like mid-interview and stuff like that, and I would have never really suspected that his end would happen this quickly, you know.
No bullshit.
Obviously it happened, and I'm not really surprised that it happened because of the way that dude was moving and what dude was doing, and bro was just basically dissing 24/7 365. But the way in which it happened is insane, bro. Like pulling up on a drill and trying to end people right then and there, and then getting ended yourself, and you're the only victim in this situation, is crazy. But it's just another story of Chicago, man. There's like 4,000 people who have died from shootings in total. Like, you go on the news on Chicago, there's so many people that are shot. If you try to look up this incident with Bloodhound Lil Jeff, you're not even gonna see it, because in that same weekend there was only 30 people shot also throughout Chicago in general. So it's just an ongoing situation that is just a combination of inner cities, segregation, gangs, everything all together that has a whole war zone going on in a US city. That's part of the reason why I even made this channel, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that goes on shouldn't just be summed up in a single line on like a news clip. It shouldn't just be summed up as just, oh, this is just another casualty or something like that. A lot of the people that went down and got taken out had real stories. Whether they're good or bad, I feel like they deserve to be told. And at the end of the day, Bloodhound Lil Jeff, he definitely had a story. Whether it was good, whether it was bad, he'll go down as having some type of monumental effect on the city. That's all I gotta say to this, man. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this whole situation and what y'all think about Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Did you think he had it coming? Did you think he deserved this? Did you think that this is the way that he would get taken out? I mean, I guess he got taken out doing what he loved, man. Saying he had 10 bodies and stuff like that, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Real say shit. You already know what's going on, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Peace.
Now, what I'm going to say about the whole situation, I'm going to say it was dumb. You know what I'm saying? For one, like you in a position now, you rapping, you getting noticed, you know what I'm saying? Like you out LA, you know what I'm saying? Like you seeing that is more to life than just Chicago and your block and A block and all that. So why leave where it's peaceful, where you could possibly run into your ops, but like the chances of that happening is low. You know what I'm saying? You from the rack, you ain't got no ops over in LA. You shouldn't anyway. Like how you living in Illinois beefing with a nigga from all the way over there is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I would just tell the youth, young, stay out the streets. Get you a job, man. Working a job, I got my first job when I was what? 15. You know what I'm saying? I worked at KP Touch. It was a little car wash joint underground of a business at Boston Commons Mall. I washed and detailed cars at 15. I was getting like $250, $300 every week. And for a 15, 16-year-old kid, that's a lot of money. My mom didn't make me pay bills, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we going out with the homies, you know what I'm saying? I'm not begging nobody to buy me nothing. I'm looking out for the homies. You know what I'm saying? If I know my homie ain't had the bread when we went out, I pulled my homie to the side, gave him a few dollars. So he ain't asking, looking, you know what I'm saying? Like, stay off the block. Stop gang banging. That shit dead. Y'all see, you only gonna end up in jail or dead. And then you dead. Now your mama miss you, your brothers, your sisters. You know what I'm saying? You got these bama-ass niggas on the internet trolling you. Your family gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing you can do about it. Your homies, they might. And that's a big-ass might slide for you. You know what I'm saying? But what that do? That's just creating more violence on top of more violence. You know what I'm saying? Long live Lil Jeff, man. I just feel like Lil Jeff, you know, you should have stayed out LA, or you should have been in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Putting that shit on wax, young. Like, describe it in a song. Pulled up in his hood, in the car, waiting for his ass. Nigga hopped out the house, then I shot at his ass. Like, you could have made a hitting ass song. You know what I'm saying, about this scenario instead of going out here and doing it. And then with the reputation you had, motherfuckers would have believed you. You know what I'm saying? Whole T, this is a fabricated, fake-ass story. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But I'm finna rock out, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Leave me something down there. Let me know what y'all think. This is my first reaction video. I'm one of them one takes. I don't believe in editing, restarting videos. If I stuttered on the word, I did it. So what? You know what I'm saying? But I'm up out of here, man. Y'all stay dangerous, man. And youngins, stay out the streets. Go get you a job. Go to school. Do something. Basketball, football, tennis, golf, something. Something. Read a book. Read a goddamn book. Something. Love y'all, man. Stay dangerous.
And see, hit my phone like BLAC, make us a song. I hit YouTube, found the beat, now it's on. And see, you can go to her for the latest news. Like who told on who and who gave who the blues. Can't forget Queen Lotus, that's 126. Shorty smart as hell, gon' have you thinking about shit. Now let's get on the BZ on the down south shit. Shorty real as hell, she gon' tell you about the shit. And she dropping videos, go subscribe to her shit. Sparks got the visuals of 99%. Made media out west, here film mode, nigga. Get that nigga right.